Greenland, Trump, and the threat of shooting. Well, even without NATO. Yes, you heard that right. What started as a tweet from the US President Donald Trump, it has now turned into a full-blown diplomatic standoff in the Arctic. You're watching Times XP. It's me, Dhriti Athri, and let's talk what's really happening here. President Donald Trump has repeatedly called Greenland a national security priority. He even hinted, yes, hinted, at a full US takeover of this icy territory. But Greenland is not just ice and snow. It is a strategic Arctic land, rich in minerals, positioned in a geopolitically sensitive zone, and officially part of Denmark. And Denmark is not joking here. The Danish government has issued an extraordinary warning. There are troops in Greenland, they are on high alert, and they have standing orders. If any country, even a NATO ally, like the US tries to invade, our troops will open fire immediately. Yes, fire on the US forces if necessary. The message is loud, it is clear, and it is historic. 7 European nations and NATO members, they have publicly backed Denmark. They reaffirmed that Greenland is Danish territory and it is not for sale. Well, this is not just about land, it's about sovereignty, international law, and the balance of power in the Arctic. But you know why Greenland is so important now? Strategic military location in the Arctic, access to untapped natural resources, be it anything, mineral, oil, gas, control over Arctic shipping routes as polar ice melts, and proximity to North America, making it a key piece in the US and NATO defenses. Basically, in short, whosoever controls Greenland controls a critical Arctic getaway. The risk? Well, while analysts say war is unlikely, tensions are skyrocketing. Escalating rhetoric between the US and Denmark is reviving the Cold War era fears. And the Arctic, long seen as remote and peaceful, could become the new flashpoint for the global conflict. In fact, NATO is under strain. This isn't a normal disagreement between countries, it is an internal clash within a military alliance. NATO was built on trust. If one member is attacked, others come for help. But what if a NATO ally threatens to invade another ally? Trust cracks, alliances weaken, and suddenly the Arctic is no longer a quiet, icy frontier. It becomes a geopolitical hotspot. So the world is asking what happens next. Well, Trump may continue calling Greenland a national security priority. Denmark will likely keep its troops really ready. The world will watch as diplomats scramble to prevent a confrontation that could destabilize NATO and the Arctic region. In the end, this is more than politics. It's about sovereignty, global power, and the Arctic future. Greenland is small in population, but its strategic values is enormous. And now, it is at the center of a politically explosive showdown between the US and Denmark, with NATO caught in the middle.